If Americans can cure terrorists, I will welcome it myself. But I know they cannot.
Okay,
they cannot.
Sure, we stop these killings. It's not for me to capital.
Buying of Christians in Nigeria has once again drawn massive outrage from people across the world. In this video, I'll be bringing you two major updates. First, Islamic cleric Sheikh Gumi has said even President Trump and the American military cannot defeat Boko Haram terrorists in Nigeria. The best solution is to negotiate with them. That remark has left millions of Nigerians completely shocked. But that's not all. The Minister of FCT, Wike, has said he is ready to support President Trump in providing and assisting Nigeria with advanced technology to combat terrorism, especially amid rising allegations of genocide against Christians in the country. Now, hey,
if it's China coming to say that, people will believe it, because China is not prognosing into our internal affairs. If it's Russians, people will believe them. But America are not to be liars. They say Saddam Hussein has new weapons of mass destruction, and there is none. And they have caused confusion in Iraq, in Libya, and everywhere. So when they say Muslims are killing, or there is massacre of Muslims like Christians in Nigeria, from which side? They didn't specify whether it is the government or whether it is the Muslims that are doing it, or even if Christians are targeted. Whatever it is, if Americans can cure and eliminate the terrorists, I will welcome it myself. But I know they cannot.
Okay, when you say they cannot,
let me tell you. Okay. They have fought 20 years in Afghanistan. They could not finish them. Afghanistan is in Syria now. This same thing. And this terrorists, you see, it's not easy to just come and drop bombs here and there and think you will finish them. They have infiltrated the society, so it's going to cause more damage. More Muslims and more Christians will be killed if America would drop a bomb in Nigeria. I'm telling you this. You can take it for a record. So what we are trying to avoid, we are going to even compound it. Look, myself, I have been trying to see how we can pacify these people. I've been going to see how we can pacify these people and redirect them, because they are human beings. They listen and reason. But if you say you want to use force against force, then you will compound the problem and make the thing dirty. If Nigerian army, which has been very active in many hotspots, cannot deal with this issue for 18 years, for 15 years with Boko Haram, and now the bandits, and to me, the bandits are even more vicious, because
you said something about Nigerian army not being able to do something about it for some time now. You have been the person, or rather, news have actually carried it that you more like mediate or serve as an intermediary between them and the government, and that actually has sparked quite reaction among Nigerians. What can you tell us to be, some of the good points or flash points of your, interaction or discussion with them, especially when you had to get into the bush? Because the other time we're talking about giving them amnesty and all that. Yes.
You see, just to entice them to leave their weapons. You see, one thing good about it is, you see, you don't treat a disease without diagnosis. If a doctor can diagnose a disease, even if it's cancer, he will know how to manage it. So the good thing about it is, now before we are fighting a phantom, we don't know something is fighting us, coming to take us. We don't know that person. Now, by going to talk with them and sit down with them and to hear their grievances and understand their psychology, so we are able now to contain the problem. Now, Kaduna is relatively safe. I can say from you don't hear any more mass killings now in Kaduna, because we understand their psychology, and the governor is cooperating. We are talking to them, and they are keeping their weapons. They are not fighting. They still on the weapons. They hold the weapons. But you see, this is a small, gradual process in which slowly we will civilize them. We will take away their weapons and let them into good citizens. So this is it. It has to be systemic. But for America to come and start bombing in northern Nigeria, I'm telling you.
Towards President Donald Trump's statement about the killings of Christians, he described it as genocide. And it says that he has alerted the Department of War, according to what he is tagged it now, that they should prepare for an involvement and engagement in Nigeria. What is your own view? Are you worried about a possibility of a Trump invasion of Nigeria?
Hashem, thank you for this opportunity. In fact, I think you may have promoted this program today. Before I came in here, so many people were sending me texts. Oh, please, don't speak about Trump. Please, this and that and this. And I just laughed. I'm a Nigerian, a full-blooded Nigerian. I'm a Christian. My father is a pastor. My family are all Christians. I serve in this government. First of all, it's an indictment of my person as a Christian. It's an indictment of my family as Christians that a government that I'm serving, anybody will allege that that government is supporting genocide, killing of Christians, and then I'm still in that government. This is politics taken too far.
Is this politics?
This is politics taken too far.
What do you mean?
Let me just come. The Inspector General of Police is a Christian. The Director General of State Security Service is a Christian. Today, the Chief of Defense is a Christian. The former Chief of Defense was a Christian. Now, tell me how any right-thinking person will say that we are in this government. The Secretary to Government is a Christian. We sit in the government that will support the killing of our own people. That's why I say politics taking too far.
Is it Trump that is playing this politics, or who is playing?
I am coming. You see, there could be some misinformation or destruction. It's unfortunate. All I tell people is that nobody will be happy for the death of anybody, whether a Christian or a Muslim. No right-thinking person, no leader will say, I'm happy that Muslims are dying, I'm happy Christians are dying, I'm happy non-believers are dying. Nobody. Not the president I know. Not this president I know. I'm not talking about even the government now. It is not possible. Not to come as an individual, not this president I know, whose wife is a senior pastor, will shut his eyes and will not do anything that a particular religion is being eliminated? Certainly not.
Could complacency mean complicity? If things are happening, and it might not be the fact that there is a genocide against Christians in Nigeria, but if Christians or Muslims or anyone like that is killed, because any life, whether any creed or any tribe or any religion, anybody that is killed is in Nigeria. And it's important, but the question is that could the government have be serious about the issue of security?
Can we tell ourselves the simple truth? In every political era, you see things come up. Will you be candid to us and Nigerians that this government is not doing quite a lot in order to tame this insecurity or terrorism?
Is the government doing
terrorism? Yeah, of course, quite a lot. Quite a lot. In fact, as I speak to you, I don't know any government that has spent or put in resources in taming terrorism as far as this government is concerned. I have said severally, and I want to say this clearly. We must know that this country belongs to all of us. We must know the existence of this country is for our own interest. What is the problem? I don't know where the Trump administration is getting the information. I don't want to. But all I'm saying is that nobody can say that this government is shutting its eyes to say that a particular religion is being eliminated. A particular religion is being, it's not correct. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not happy that terrorists are killing our people. Terrorists are killing Christians. Terrorists are killing Muslims. Terrorists are killing non-believers. And the government has come and president and said, look, the president I know. In fact, one of the reasons why some of us supported him, when we were talking about Muslim ticket, we said, no, it is not this kind of person we know. They are track records. It's not an extremist. And that's why we were able to say, I'm marrying a Christian. How can you have a wife and children? And then you go and shut your eyes where they have been eliminated? That's what I say, is politics taking too far. The point is that I have always told everybody, in 2015, under Jonathan. People capitalize on these kind of things to take over power. It happened.
Is it that are you suggesting that opposition is fueling this?
It is very obvious, and I have said this. Now, the problem we have today is that by Mr. President's own nature of politics, you can see the collapse of the opposition.
People will blame you for it.
Well, I don't know how anybody will blame you.
It's the big question. Do you agree with Sheikh Gumi that the negotiation is the only solution, or do you believe President Trump's support could finally wipe out terrorism in Nigeria? Opinion in the comments. Let's have a real conversation.
Get there. Because you have been referred to as one of the caretakers of the death
Undertakers.
Undertaker.
I will reply to that when he comes. You know me very well, Sheikh. Now, the point I'm making is that it will be difficult for anybody. There are so many undercurrents going on. The opposition today has seen that, look, the way it is, no party is ready, no party is prepared to challenge the president's return to power. Now what do? Should we allow him to just go in like that without challenges? We must do something. And one of the best is to bring up such things that we can divide the country. That will make people to say, no, we will not accept this. And I said, look, this is politics taking over.
Do you have evidence to the fact that it's opposition?
You don't need to tell me about evidence.
No, but if you don't know what have evidence, you can't lay claims that opposition is behind this.
Excuse me. Take for example.
Because this emerged from the Congress in America.
Yes. I have told you here that the way opposition works, it happened under Jonathan. For Christ's sake. Opposition used external forces to make sure Jonathan don't win the election. Are we not aware of that?
Is this a pathway or a war along the line towards 2027? Is this about 2027?
Everybody knows that. I don't need to be told. But it will be stupid of me not to know.
Minister,
the undercurrents going on.
Minister, let's look at it in this way. If you look at the north central region of the country, you have Nasarawa, you have Benue, that is largely a Christian-dominated state.
I agree with you.
You have some part of Kwara, that in the southern part of Kwara, Christian-dominated.
Yes.
Some part of Kogi, Christian-dominated.
Yes.
You look at Plateau State, Christian-dominated.
Yes.
You look at southern Kaduna, Christian-dominated.
Yes.
And these are the center point of banditry.
Yes.
Churches are being burned.
Yes.
And people are being killed.
Yes.
Would it be right to also say maybe those who are pushing the narrative to the Trump administration that Christians are being killed, because the domination of Christians in this community suggests that the majority of people that are being killed are Christians?
So I have told you here.
This fact has been laid in that.
Take for example, when Governor Tom was the governor, that was what happened in Benue State. Governor Tom was governor. Tinubu was not the president. When the Chibok girls were kidnapped and taken away, Jonathan was the president. So killings in Plateau, in Benue, it's not because Tinubu came into power. That's the point I'm trying to make. And you cannot say that the government under his leadership has not taken steps to see.
You don't think that this government is complacent?
It's not complacent.
If you look at the figures of the killings and the number of the casualties, the violence that we've seen in the last year.
Let me tell you, I don't need to be a Christian for me to feel bad that people are killed. I don't need to be a Muslim to feel bad that human beings are being slaughtered. Rather, I should say, as a human being, as a patriotic Nigerian, what do I do to support the government in making sure we stop these killings? It's not for me to capitalize that people are dying in Plateau. It's not for me to capitalize people are dying in Benue in order to take over the rest of governance. No.
So this is all about not allowing Tinubu to come back in 2027.
It is very clear.
But what about the people that have been killed?
No, that's what I have told you here.
Is it possible that Trump genuinely wants to help Nigeria?
I have said I will support Trump in supporting Nigeria with technology. in reducing or fight against terrorism. I will support any country that want to prefer solution in supporting the Nigerian government to fight terrorism. After all, so many countries have done that in fighting terrorism. Take for example, when you go to a Borno state, you have bombing in the city or this. Who knows? So person died. Is he a Christian? Is he a Muslim? Is he a non-believer? In 2011, when I was made a minister of state education, I traveled to Maiduguri. I was the first minister under the Boko Haram to go to Maiduguri. I visited a school. So immediately I left that school, that same day, that school was burnt down. The same day, that school was burnt down. Nobody should be happy. Nobody should bring politics to that a particular religion is
this government you're working in helpless? Are they able to solve this security problem?
They will solve the problem, and they are up to solving the problem, and they are doing that. You must give you see, terrorism is not like a conventional war. How many countries have been able to eliminate terrorism? Even with advanced technology, sophisticated weapons. You see what has been happening in Gaza. See, I believe, I'm not the spokesperson of the government. I'm not the Minister of Foreign Affairs. But I do know that Mr. President has the capacity to be able to convince his colleague, the President of America, no, what the information you're getting is not correct. And which he has released a statement to look, this is not our country. And so people should know that we only have one country. The existence of this country is for our own benefit.
All right. Let's move away. I know it's a very touchy issue, but I think this is a time beyond our profession, beyond our ethos and our creed. This is a moment that we as a people need to stand together, not looking like you're supporting government or the opposition, but opposition, government, people, every Nigerian needs to come together. An invasion of Nigeria is not in the favor of any Nigerian. Yes, Nigeria need help, but if you go and look at what happened to Somalia, to Egypt, to Libya, after any invasion of any foreign forces, those countries are destabilized. This is the time that we need to come together and leave every kind of politics alone and unite as one and speak with one voice and help our country move forward. That being said, let's move to the reason why I called you over the weekend, because all fingers are pointing at you. When I heard the suspension and the counter suspension, I know, and there are people who say, this is Wike's handwriting here. Okay. And yeah, I saw today, PDP is literally emptied. There is no, it's like a shell. Yeah. There is no spirit in it, no heart, no soul, again, in that party. You have been described as a caretaker to bury this party, this PDP. To what would you gain? You heard what Governor Diri said. He said what? He said you are, I mean, he didn't mention your name. But anybody who is designing, we know that this is Wike being described here. That he said the reason why, one of the reasons he left the PDP is because the party could not be saved because there are some caretakers that are there to bury it.
But if I had what he said that the time that there were people who came into the party undertakers. Is that what I had he said? I didn't just come into the party. I've been a member, a bona fide member from 1998. I ran election under PDP as chairman of council, one of the most lucrative local governments in Nigeria. You cannot be governor of Rivers State without my local government saying this is what is going to happen. 2 consecutive terms. 2 consecutive terms. From 1999. I became a governor. For 8 years, 2 times. Let me tell you. Remember, when Diri was in PDP, he was one of those who said, I'm working for APC to destroy PDP. He was the chairman of the zoning committee of the party. You remember, when he and Sheikh Gumi met in Lagos, to say they are zoning for the South. Here, they had a press conference and said, we will not join them to the gutter. They will not join them to the gutter. The Undertaker has now helped him to move to the party that the Undertaker was paid. If we are to say, she did not come to me, Master, thank you.
How is he? How are you his master?
No. If you say I'm working for these people, now I pave way to you to go there. You should pay me. You have helped me to see the road. My eyes are clear. My eyes were not clear before.
So you agree you are an Undertaker?
No. What I'm saying. No. What I'm saying. Assuming, though not conceding. Assuming from his statement. Another thing, you should not come to say, Mr. Thank you for making me to see the light I never saw before. I couldn't have been Undertaker. You remember, when I was a governor, the government under Buhari then, our former president, everything was done to kill PDP. It was very clear. I stood firm. I said, no way. The party will not die. And we fought. Leadership is key to everything you are doing. Leadership. People give excuses. The man you people claimed that's working for APC to kill PDP is still in the PDP. And you people have run away now to join the party you start working for.
Everybody seems to have left the PDP for you. Are you happy now? Atiku left the party for you.
They have never been the PDP, they have never been committed members. They are just people who are...
Someone who ran as a president.
Who?
Atiku Abubakar.
No. Atiku has no choice but to go. Because he wanted to use PDP, but knowing that I'm there, he cannot get that platform. Of course, he wouldn't have no way. You can't be using... You see, these are people who destroy the party. You remember, how many times has he left PDP and come back to PDP? How many times? So that we would divert attention. What I'm saying is that Diri has said he has left PDP. And one of the happiest persons today, to God be the glory, he appeared with Sheikh Makinde. I remember he saw the same channels when he said, people want to destroy PDP, we will not allow them, nobody wants this party, this and that and that and that and that. We will not join them to fall to the gutter, we are not at their level. I agree. Now, who has fallen to the gutter?
But error of commission or omission, yes. Are you realizing that you are destroying the PDP?
No. Rather, they should praise me that I'm not aligned in PDP.
The party is empty.
No, that is what I'm talking about, leadership. It's leadership. Why was it not empty when we were governors?
So you are fighting Umar Damagum.
No. You see, people like Umar Damagum should be in prison by now.
What has he committed? What offense has he committed?
I've never... You see, that's one thing you should know. You ask me, why did I support the man to be there?
You've supported, at least in the last 3
No. Don't let me tell you, you
supported Secondus, you supported
No.
You supported...
He was the deputy national chairman of the party when IU left. And by our constitution, deputy national chairman from the same zone, which is not, will now act as the national chairman. And I've said severally, one thing I'll continue to disagree with people is that keep to agreement, terms. I met with Bala, I met with Sheikh Makinde, we met with the governor of Adamawa, my friend Fintri, we met with the national secretary, we met with them, and we all agreed that look, that Damagu should continue until convention is being held. After about a month, Baba came up, I don't want this Damagu again. He's not respecting me, he's not following to my instruction. I said, what kind of politics are we playing? If there's anything like that, should we not sit down and say, look, we agreed on this last night. Now it's no longer possible.
Is it the Bauchi governor that said that?
Yes, he was there. I've said it severally. And that's one thing I disagree with people. I let anybody in this country today come out to say, I met with Wike. We agreed on this and this and that. Let him say he has kept to one. Let him say he has never deceived us. I have told people. That's what we agreed on. So when Bala said he can't leave, that's not what we agreed. The matter went to court. Damagu does not know whom the lawyer was to stabilize and keep Damagu. But you see, as a tax collector, you will always be who? Damagu is a tax collector.
It doesn't work with FRS, does it?
No, it doesn't need to work with FRS. He's a complete political tax collector.
What do you mean by that?
No. You see, there are people naturally in their life. Inside they are. They think that money is everything in life. They think that they can never be steadfast. Let them go challenge me. Let him go to court and sue me and say, look, this was what the minister said about me. He knows he cannot.
You can. Do you have evidence?
Oh, it's not about evidence. I am the one.
You can allege a criminal offense. You know you're a lawyer. The last time you spoke, there's someone who has gone to court.
Nobody has.
No.
They told you they have gone to court. Yeah. Who has served me?
But they've sued channels.
They should fight. I was one who said so.
That you defamed them.
No, they should sue me. They should sue me.
Cole has gone to court. But we are in court because of what you said.
You have not told me. They should sue me. I'm the one who said. China didn't say so. I am the one who said. Sue me.
But our organization is a party.
No. What is the party? Why not write me to say, look, they have taken us to court? I will pay for the legal fee to defend you. Because I know what I've said is correct. Nobody can dispute it. Damagu cannot go to court tomorrow to challenge me.
That what is his offense?
He's so corrupt.
Corrupt?
Very, very corrupt.
How?
Very, very corrupt.
Did he collect money from you?
As I said, very well. When I challenged Ayu that he took money in Lagos, has he gone to court? Has he gone to court? So I'm not talking.
Do you have evidence against that?
It's not for me to provide.
Because you have not said exactly what he did. Who did he collect money from? How much did he collect?
No. We are not the court of law.
No. We are having a conversation.
I have said so.
He will come to equity. Must come.
No.
If you are alleged.
I don't need to reveal. No. Let him go to court. That I have defended. He sued me. And then I am not entitled to come to court. I say, yes, I said so. Yes, this is what he did. Yes, this is what he did. It does not show corruption.
Because he collected gifts?
Or
two gifts?
You are
or what's the nature of the corruption?
I'm saying that is why PDP cannot get it right. And I have shouted this severally. And people thought I was joking. You cannot say, I have never said, see what is going to happen to the party. If this is not done, I have shouted it and people thought we were joking. Look, we cannot continue to allow impunity. It happened. And you should have known. There are people who you cannot, for whatever reason, nothing will happen. You see, the problem today we're having in PDP is that the kind of money in the hands of the governors now is so much. And I praise the president for allowing so much money in the hands of states, which had never happened. But I was thinking, this money should be put in the development of our states, not to use the money to scatter a party that had built you, to scatter a party that has, given you name. Today, where are we? You remember on Friday, the court judgment.
Does it matter, sure?
95 pages, not handwritten, 95 pages. At time when they say you have the judgment,
I have the
and we make sure, you know what we did, because we have a lot of propagandists. We have a lot of them. Who we have? They don't even know about the cases. They don't even know the subject matter. They don't even know what did they go to court to do. All you hear, entire affairs of the party. This is the judge did this. Supreme Court said this. You remember? You heard Damagu on television. He says a financial judgment. Supreme Court has said this. Actually, where did he read Supreme Court judgment one day? You heard the judgment. Look at the contribution. Look at just from page 1 to page 95.
The prayers, the first, second prayers that the court responded to, relied on the congresses and the processes of the party that will lead up onto the convention. And the party, the court has made a very substantive statement and judgment to the effect that how the constitution of the party, the Electoral Act and the constitution has to be obeyed, asking the umpire to ensure there is obeisance and there is a guided process, due diligence to the process according to the party constitution. And it's interesting that this has affected the party's convention in Oyo State.
So, educate Nigerians since you have the judgment. What are the plaintiffs? What is the cause? Whom were they seeking against? What are the claims? What did you tell the court to answer? Look at the
original was talking about the processes of the party's constitution to the effect of the processes that will lead us up to
Nigerians. Look at the issues. What are the plaintiffs asking? Whom are they seeking the against?